All right, so I was going back through my content that really got a lot of views, and the video that I did on making all jobs seem like they're fast food jobs because they're all low paying, they're not careers, it's just job hopping for the rest of your life. It's one of the most popular videos that I've had on this channel since I did the reboot. So that video was titled Why Pretty People at Minimum Wage goes to show that this economy is cooked. And the simple reason why that is because normally, based on your connections and your physical appearance, and to some extent your aptitude, you're more than likely going to avoid having to work a crummy job. I mean, I look like a gargoyle. In fact, yesterday when I was riding in the car, my friend's like, remember that really autistic thing you said to me last week? It's like gargoyles work crappy jobs. And she's just like, I can't believe you would say that about yourself. And I'm like, this face isn't for marketing, modeling, or any sort of public facing job. This is work in a dingy hole for the rest of your life. But unfortunately, more people are failing to launch their careers. In fact, I've met a lot of them through my current McDonald's job is that they just don't understand that there's not really anything to launch. This job hopping from one minimum wage job to another is permanent. And I talk about this in a lot of my videos, and it really resonated with a lot of you because this has been your life too. You walk into a job interview, and the first thing that you understand about the job is it doesn't have a set wage, right? You walk in and there's a pay scale. And from what I've heard at every place that I've gone to after I started working is you should negotiate for as much money as you can close to the maximum rather than letting them tell you that, oh, eventually you'll get to this number, which is $22, and they're going to start you at 15. No, you are never going to get to $22 because if everyone was making $22, why would anyone leave? It's like a scam, right? It's false hope. They're telling you this job pays potentially this much, but you have to start out this much. And there's no way you're going to make it to this much because you're only going to be here for 3 to 6 months tops. Because after that, you're not going to want to be here anymore. And that's just the reality of working in today's modern world. The fast food economy isn't here to benefit you in any conceivable way. It's here so that Pound Town has plenty of people to pound. And with that said, let's get into the video. Every Monday morning feels like clocking into the same nightmare, the wage cage, the McJob, the endless grind that never pays enough to live. It doesn't matter if you're in food service, retail, or tech. Every job has been boiled down to fast food economics. Low pay, no security, and zero dignity. They tell us to stay hopeful, to climb the ladder, but the ladder's been missing rungs since before we were born. What we're really left with is a system that serves us McLives on McWages with the side order of despair. Wow. That's the kind of dark that I'm talking about. This is the dark that you guys come here to Millennial Steam to listen to. Because here at Dystopian Entertainment, I am your comedian, and you are there to laugh at what I say. But like most of you put into the comment section, you laugh, but when you get in the shower, you cry. Because you know I'm talking about you. You are the person that's cooked out there in the McEconomy of jobs that all come with a funny uniform and a certain smell of fries. All right, let's get into our first talking point. Hope is cheap, mass produced, and leaves you hungry again in an hour. They sell it to workers like it's nutritious. Get a degree, take a certification, hustle harder. But it's just empty calories. It's the same as ordering a McSalad and finding out it has more sugar than a milkshake. Hope isn't meant to feed you, it's meant to keep you docile while billionaires eat steak. The secrets of Soylent Green. Yesterday, while I was driving my friend to the mall, she was asking me about Soylent Green, and it's a movie that came out in 1973. And Soylent Green is the perfect analogy for the bottom rung of our society. Soylent Green is people. The economy is people who can't get out of the way of a bad job economy because there's nothing to apply to. If you guys have been on Indeed for any amount of time, you will understand that there is nothing better. Like my coworker comes in all the time. It's like, hey, did you check out Indeed this morning? They got jobs over here, and I'm like, number one, if it pays more than $20 an hour, you're not qualified. Because if it's paying more than $20 an hour, it has this little caveat over it: 5 to 10 years of experience, a master's degree, and the ability to hold your breath for 20 minutes without fainting. That's how ridiculous these jobs postings are. And the way that they fill those jobs is with desperation workers. You want to eat? Well, guess what? You better work for 20 bucks an hour and then figure out how you're going to have 2 to 3 more jobs making $20 an hour, or varying in pay scale all the way down to the minimum wage. Because if you want to be alive, well, you got to work. All right, let's moving on to talking point number 2. Doesn't matter if you're flipping burgers, taking calls in a cubicle, or debugging code. Every job has been boiled down to fast food economics: low pay, no respect, high turnover. You're expected to smile while being treated like a disabled napkin. The career ladder is just a fry basket. You go in raw, get burnt, come out greasy, and they throw you away when you're no longer crispy enough. There are so many things wrong with that one sentence. Oh my God, I couldn't have come up. This is like solid millennial steam goal. You go into the basket raw, which is absolutely every college student you're going to meet. They're raw, they're fresh, they're ready to go into the basket. You literally move your fresh potatoes from every university and college across the entire state of America. Move your raw material into the McEconomy, toss them in there, um, get get burnt out, then they get greasy from all the work, and then you throw them away when they're not crispy anymore. Any Gen Z worker will tell you that is exactly what happens. And more people over 40, they're not so fresh anymore. They're starting out when they go into a job in a much more, how do I put, maybe more like a jello-like substance. So when you go into the fryolator and you're jello instead of a hard potato, it disintegrates you. You're not going to get crispy. You're going to get destroyed in a marketplace that wants you doing 5 to 10 people's jobs with a level of expertise that comes with 30 years of experience. They're not just going to hire Bob from accounting to come in and do this job. No, they want Susie Rottencrotch with a nuclear physics degree to come in and work at the fryolator, or actually be worked by the fryolator. Their expectations of workers right now are so high that even finding an entry level job for someone with a STEM degree, because I know this guy, he works at McDonald's, 25, fresh STEM degree, toss you into the fryolator and then watch you burn. And that's the only job they could get. Before that, they were working as a janitor. Can you imagine having to push a broom past people that make more money than you will ever make, while they look down upon you while they're doing some other menial task? I mean, it's hard to fathom an economy that's been this ruthless towards people who are just trying to live. And when I first got my car, I found it fascinating because, again, never had my own car my entire life. When I was a teenager, for about 6 months, I drove my parents' car, but it was their car. It was never my car. But since then, since I was 16 years old, I'd never had a car before. So the first time I found myself sitting around people waiting for a light or sitting in a traffic jam, I would always think about what these people are thinking about. Are you wondering what kind of STD you got behind the Taco Bell last night? Because You couldn't control yourself around Susie and you refused to bag the Whopper. So you're sitting there and you're scratching yourself in your car and thinking, I wonder what else these people around me have. Because everyone gets the crotch crispies. Because as human animals, we can't fight our urge to merge. And so we have to do it. It's part of the human experience. The human condition requires that you visit Susie Rottencrotch as often as you can. And your reptile brain doesn't think anything bad's going to happen. Same way that you think nothing bad is going to happen when you join this McJob economy. You're going to get something bad. And it's not going to be something that you really want. It could be gonorrhea. It could be herpes. It could be whatever you imagine, or a combination of different things. Maybe you have sonic gonorrhea or something. Something bad happens to you every time you get into the ring with this job economy. Because it's not designed to be helpful. It's designed to sting you right back there in your turd cutter. It stings you every single day, and there's not a damn thing that you can do about it because you are no longer crispy. You are now the byproduct there of a job economy that's trying to recycle as many potatoes as it humanly can. Unfortunately, the potato can never truly go back to its original form. So they're burning you and burning you and burning you until you're just a piece of charcoal, which is what I am. I'm the proverbial charcoal that's left over after spending your whole life working for nothing. And you have to keep coming back to that place because, unfortunately, I've told 100 people this. If I didn't have to eat, I wouldn't eat. I don't enjoy eating in any conceivable way. It's too expensive. The food tastes like trash. And then I get the Hershey squirts. So eating is not high on my priority list. I only eat because I work out a lot. And I need to take in that extra protein and calories in order to keep my muscles. Aside from that, if I could just drink water for the rest of my life, my stomach would thank me, and so would my rear end. Because after I eat fast food, I no longer take dumps. I've got a power washer attached to my rear end. And so, remember, this is supposed to be funny. You're supposed to be laughing, not crying. This is not a serious YouTube channel. I am not this guy. Because I go back and I watch these videos myself and I think they're freaking hilarious. That's why I continue to make them, because I make people aware of their situation and I make fun of you potatoes. We're all going into the fry-later tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Whether that's at Pound Town, the Death Star, Evil Corp, Surf City, wherever your Pound Town is, we're all going into the basket together. There's no way around it unless somehow over the weekend you found a pot of gold or some gold bricks laying on the side of the road that a billionaire no longer wanted because they were too dirty. If that hasn't happened to you, or you didn't win the lottery last night, you're coming back with me into the fry-later. All right, let's get into our final talking point. The system trains workers to be NPCs, monotone, checked out, soulless. That's by design. A workforce that's exhausted and emotionally flat isn't going to riot or demand dignity. They'll just clock in, clock out, and wait for the next respawn. Capitalism doesn't want individuals with ambition. It wants background characters in the mixed simulation who won't question why every paycheck looks like a Happy Meal toy. Cheap, plastic, and worthless. When I was reading that, I had images of that couple that I caught coupling at the Walmart bathroom. Johnny Sixpack, was just giving it to Susie Rottencrotch, right? He's standing there in a public bathroom, just shaking back and forth. Susie's looking at me like a deer in the headlights. They're not saying anything. She's just waiting for Johnny Sixpack to finish his business. That's what the wage cage looks like. It doesn't care about your emotions. You just smile and look empty. When I look at some of the workers working at the bottom, the life has been sucked out of them by the Soul Suck 3000. In fact, a person that's never even heard of my channel, last week I was sitting down with her and I was talking and she's like, first I messaged her and asked, "Are you in today?" And she says, "Yeah, I'm here." I'm here. My soul isn't here. I left my soul at home today because I didn't want to have it sucked out of me again. And I was like, oh my God, this lady doesn't even know who she's talking to. She already feels like her soul got sucked out of her. And that's exactly the world that we live in. We show up at jobs, we have no soul, we have no value, we don't know what to do, we scratch ourselves all day long, and we wonder why we have to be uncomfortable at work, right? You think about the air conditioning. Sometimes I look at the air vent and I look, well, I guess not today, huh? And then you sit there and you have another thought because your days at your McJob aren't spent thinking, right? You know, that famous quote, I don't want a country full of thinkers. I want a country full of workers. And so you're one of those people. And you're sitting there and you're looking around, you're kind of wondering, what's going on. Every once in a while, an NPC will have that moment of awareness where they're doing something that they've done a million times, right? You're making a hamburger over a hot stove, and you suddenly something in your mind reminds you that, hey, I'm not this job. I'm not this goofy uniform. I'm a human being. And then suddenly you look at your name tag and you catch a reflection of yourself and something, and you see the goofy hat and the uniform and dignity oozing down both of your legs. And it doesn't smell good. It smells like grease. It smells like the byproduct of cooking someone at every McJob in America. And then you have to somehow like hit your head against a wall to remind yourself, boom, back into NPC mode where you're completely tuned out from reality. You think that the world is one long beer commercial and you don't care. Just go back home after your 8-hour shift at Pound Town, get in your Promobile and go to your next job, get home at midnight, watch Netflix until you fall asleep, wake up, and it's all happening again. Put that on repeat for 60 years, and that's your Mick life. Trying to make a living on your Mick wages while simultaneously looking at your Happy Meal toy to find the motivation and dignity to continue working. That is the life of the average worker in America right now. And by the way, if it sounds like I'm getting sick, I am getting sick right now. I can feel it. Throat's tight, nose is congested, and I know you guys are going to be able to tell in this video. And this is one of those diseases that comes on slow and then just completely takes you down. I'm going to have to get some Dayquil today after I go to the gym to walk for half an hour, which I will be doing in approximately 1 hour. Anyhow, let's finish wiping our rear end with this script. Hope isn't going to save us because hope was the scam they sold us to keep us docile while billionaires eat steaks off of our labor. The truth is, every McJob is designed to grind us down until we break and then replace us with the next desperate body in line. But once you see the system clearly, you stop blaming yourself. You start blaming the clown who built the restaurant. And when that happens, the McEconomy stops being a joke and it starts being a revolution. Many of you keep saying that there should be a revolution to return a system back to being equal, where there is a maximum wage, and there's no such thing as a minimum wage. There will be a maximum wage and there will be a living wage, and we'll all be happy on the slave planet together. But you and I know that no such thing can possibly ever happen, even though if it ever does, our insignia on our uniforms for the revolution will be the picture of Luigi's head, and that's what's going to be on our little, I don't know, revolution vests or whatever we decide to wear to label us as soldiers of the revolution. Or I was thinking more like Luigi headbands with Luigi's face on the front of them. Anyhow, he did what most of us could never do: stop pretending that everything is okay. Because I know that every single day, even though I don't want to believe it, and I don't believe in toxic positivity, every single day is the worst day of my life. Yet somehow I have to find the motivation to continue participating. And it's hard. Sometimes that toxic positivity gets inside my head and you can't push it out. I keep trying to push it out through one ear, out the other, but it just can't. It's the music that some pros need to get them through an 8 hour day. It's the music I still hear in my ears sometimes when I picture my mom as a cleaning lady, cleaning to the Mexican country music she listened to. I think all Mexican music is country music when you stop and think about it, at least where I grew up. Anyhow, I've gone on a tangent for too long. I hope you guys enjoy this video. You guys should be seeing this sometime later in the week. Hopefully, you're all still there. Remember, thoughts and prayers for the proletariat. God save us all.